Hello and welcome. So today I wanted to talk about how to tell a good story. All right, so it doesn't matter if you're in sales, you're out with friends, maybe you're at a barbecue, whatever you're doing socially, or if you're trying to convince someone of something, you need storytelling. All right, that's one piece of the equation when it comes to good communication and trying to convey something in your mind to somebody else. If you just tell someone facts without a story, it just isn't as compelling and persuasive as it can be with a good solid story. So what I'm going to be referencing today is a technique that I learned from this book called storytelling. I don't know why I'm doing this. Storytelling with You. All right. And it's a great book. I love it. And I'm going to be showing you some of the techniques that I learned from the book because I think they're not only does the author do a great job of breaking down the concepts, but explains them in a way that's really easy to understand. So again, if you're in sales or you want to just improve your storytelling, let's just jump right in and I'll show you what I mean. So let's pretend right now that you've seen the movie Jurassic Park. I hope you have, because if you haven't, it's a great movie. And we're going to use that as an example. All right. So in Jurassic Park, as you know, in the beginning, everything's cool. People are smiling. They go to the park. People are happy. And then in the middle somewhere, dinosaur comes out, right? Dinosaur comes out. Everyone's starting to be afraid. They're afraid they're going to die. It breaks out of the park, this and that. Some people do die. So there's a lot of tension, right? And at the end of the story, they go home. They're happy. The people that went there in the beginning, they're happy. That, at its most basic level, is Jurassic Park, right? So again, just to recap, they go to the park, they're happy, something happens in the middle, they get scared, and then they go home. All right? So I've broken that down into 3 steps strategically so I can explain to you how to do this in your own storytelling, whether you're trying to convince someone to buy a product or you just want to captivate an audience and tell them something. This is how it works. So in a story, you have a beginning, a middle, and an end, right? So beginning of the story here, middle, and end. And then there's tension right here on the y-axis, right? This is known as a story arc, this little yellow curve. And again, everything that I'm referencing is from this book. I'll put a link in the description in case you want to read it because I can't take credit for this. It is from a wonderful author by the name of Cole. And I want to say the last name. Hopefully I don't butcher it. Nafik with a K. Knafli. See? Naflik. Great book. And again, I'll put a link in the description. But anyways, to continue. So, in the beginning of Jurassic Park, what happens? Let's just go back now and take those images and reference it along the story arc, okay? There's no tension. They go to the park. They're happy. Dinosaur breaks out at the peak tension, right? At the end, they go home. All right, so let's do that one more time. Beginning of the story, they go to the park. There's no tension. Again, reference the y-axis here in the tension area, okay? This is the beginning of the story. As the story continues, and again, this is a very simplified version. The dinosaur T-Rex breaks out. Of course, this is, again, there's a lot that happens here. I'm just taking the maximum point of tension conflict is what we're referencing right now. And then at the end, everybody goes home. They go home via helicopter, okay? So this is happening in 3 steps. The setup of the story, right? You're setting up the landscape, the environment. What the hell's going on right now? They went to an island to conduct some research, see these dinosaurs, what have you. Then there's a conflict or a twist. So it can be either or. In this case, conflict. They went to go see the island, but now their lives are on the line. That's a conflict example. A twist could be something like you went home after a long day of work and all of a sudden 20 of your friends are in your home and they are going to surprise you by saying happy birthday. That would be like a twist. You're not expecting that. And that's key here. At this point, it's unexpected change. That is the key thing that you're looking for in the conflict twist. Our brains are designed to try to predict outcomes. And so when you can embed conflict and twist and unexpected change that people are not expecting, that's how you engage the audience and basically get them to get curious, okay? And then there's an ending, right? Which again, ideally, in a very simplistic world, there's no tension, okay? So, one more time, beginning of story, they go to the island, dinosaur comes out, they go home. Now let's use another example, all right? And let's say that maybe you're telling a story and it's of a family, and this family went to a park. Then they went to go play soccer, and then they went to sleep in a tent. You're going to be like, what the hell kind of story is that? Because the tension here is really here. There's no tension, right? If we wanted to add tension, it wouldn't be them playing in the park. This would be one hell of a boring story. So you want to add tension. Maybe somebody comes and robs them. Maybe there's a massive earthquake and one of the kids gets lost. That would be adding tension. So again, people going to the park smiling, they go play soccer, they go home and sleep. If you tell someone that story, they're going to stop being your friend. They're not going to want to talk to you because that's got to be the most boring story in the world. Any movie you watch, any show, anything along those lines, there's always conflict and tension. And that's one thing you want to use, again, as you're trying to sell a product, you're doing some kind of a demonstration, you are at a group engagement, and you are just trying to tell some story from your own personal life. Use this method. So, for example, let's say that you recently went and bought the new iPhone at the Apple store. Maybe a bad way to do this is to be like, yeah, so I woke up on a Sunday morning and I went to the Apple store, I got a good phone, and then I came back and I used it. Boring. That no one's going to care at all about your story. They're going to be like, that's it? No. Let's revise that now. And I'm just making this up right now, okay? You woke up on a Sunday morning. You went to the Apple store. You went into the store, and as you walked in the store, a burglary was happening. A crime was taking place. And you were like, oh my God, what do I do? Do I hang inside? Then police came and pop. Then you finally came back home after everything settled. That would be adding conflict and tension to the story, because now there's unexpected change. Again, that's what you want to look for as you're telling stories, unexpected change. So use that 3-step process. Like I said, that would be the setup, conflict or twist, and then the ending anytime you want to tell a story. Again, this is a very high level on how to be a great storyteller and how to captivate an audience and engage with them in a way that they want to listen to you. So if you look at any movies in the history of mankind, I'm sorry to say, this is what they do. All right. Now, the arc isn't always going to be just like it is right here. It's going to have a lot of peaks and valleys, of course. And sometimes there won't be an ending with low tension. Sometimes there'll be tension at the end, intentionally designed to leave you walking out of the movie theater thinking, what the hell happened? What's going to happen now? They do this by design. So in a way, I apologize because I'm kind of ruining a lot of movies for you. But hopefully you understand where I'm going with this, and that is, think about these 3 steps anytime you want to talk about anything at all in your life, and you will find that the more that you can incorporate this sequence, the easier it's going to be for others to listen to you, to want to listen to you, and the easier it's going to be for you to sell something, because when you are selling, you want to show the life of the prospect or the person that you're talking to, the before and after. And the only way they're going to resonate with you is if you're telling the before, you're showing the twist, and then the after would be one without the twist or the conflict. So you position your product as having a place of power where you can remove the conflict from their life. Okay? So again, very high level. Hopefully you've seen Jurassic Park so you can understand this example. But if you have any questions about this method, again, I'll put a link in the description to Cole's book. Otherwise, let me know in the comment section below. Again, I hope this is helpful in just your overall life when it comes to telling stories and engaging other people. But again, let me know if you have any questions. Subscribe if you're new to the channel, where we talk about communication, storytelling, improving your charisma, and just enhancing your social skills from A to Z. All right? Otherwise, thanks again for watching. I will see you guys in the next video very soon. Take it easy. Bye-bye.